He said, hold on. Anyway, yo, let's start this video. NSC, make sure you follow us, non-stop content. King Jones, follow me on Instagram. Banjamomi, follow me on Instagram. Whatever, this is normal name, who cares? But we're doing right now signings of the season. So far, we're going to name a few players who we think they should be on. First of all, is there actual award for signing of the season? I know they do it like within the club. They'll say or sign the season, or someone will do. Reporters will say sign the season, but there's not an official award for signing the season. I think in football,
who they will go to the club?
No, it goes to the player.
Yeah, but
it goes to both. I think it should go to both. I think it should go to one, the club for making the signing, and two, the player. But I definitely think there should be more awards in the Premiership. Yeah, because I look around other not even going on a tangent, but I look around other leagues like the French league, and they'll say best foreign player. They'll say best player. They'll do best player. You'll be the best player. Then they'll do best foreign player. They'll do best French player. Yeah, and I think we should have that in England. We should have best foreign player, and we should have best. And people say, yo, why would we do that? Because it'll be lower quality. But you do that for one reason. One, you want to uplift your own players. Like we're in England, so why we want to uplift the English players? Like it doesn't make sense. It's not racist to uplift your own players. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think we should. I think we don't even need to wait for the Premier League to do it. I think we can use our own platforms there. Like eventually
so we'll start. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're going to talk about signing of the season so far. Keyword so far, bro. The season hasn't ended, so it could all change. Yeah. But right now, we're going to name a couple players. For me, already, I think the best signing, but he's on signing of the season, but I think the best right now is a little man called Mr. Consistent.
Mr. Consistent. Wow.
Lucas. Motherfucking Torreira, you get me? Best defensive mid in the league. I think, obviously...
How much you pay for him?
It's not that much, It's like 20, somewhere between 18 and like 23 million or something. It's cheap. Yeah. We didn't pay that much money for him. I'll get the facts up. But we didn't pay the money. 22 years old, from Sampdoria, had a good World Cup, like 5'5", one of the best tacklers in the league, best interceptions. Really brought some sort of stability to the midfield. You know what I mean? And what he's done in terms of that, it's not only he's performed well, but I think he's allowed certain other players to perform. I think Xhaka plays better with him. I think most players will play better with him, because it allows you to be more free and stuff. I think he's been excellent. I think he's been Arsenal's best signing. I think he's been the best signing in the league, but obviously he's in that list of one of the best signings in the league. Scored against Tottenham, scored the winner against Huddersfield, both great goals. You know what the fun thing is? He used to be a winger.
Exactly.
He used to be a winger.
Which is why he can probably,
get forward. You know what I mean? But is it crazy how you get these defensive midfielders that are so good but so small? Him, Kante, Makelele was small. Like these guys, you normally think it would be someone that's massive, but they're so small, but they're so good at their job. So tenacious. Yeah. Do you think he's inspired by Kante, or do you think he's a player of his own?
I think obviously you have to go back to Makelele.
Yeah. But I think Kante and Makelele are different players.
No, but I'm saying that you see somebody that size and you think, why not? I can do that job as well. Even if you go back to guys like Dunga, you've had some short guys in the past. It was just there was a period, maybe like early 2000s, late 98s, where everybody had to be like 6 for something to play in the holding.
Have you been impressed by Torreira?
I have. He's impressed me. I didn't think he would be as good as he's been.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's more his technique that's impressed me in terms of his passing. I always knew he had the tackling. He could run.
Oh, you mean once he's on the ball that he makes the right decision? How important is decision making for you? So if you have a great person that can great tackler, but he just sometimes on the ball he's just not great.
Just imagine having a player who wins the ball back all the time, but then gives the ball away as soon as he gets it back. Yeah, man, there's no point. Yeah, I mean, you just. It's like you're pouring the water into one bucket and there's a leak. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's basically the analogy I can use. But he's impressed me. Okay, so for me, I have a list here that I
name a list. We'll just talk about what we think's been good about them and stuff.
Yeah. So for me, Jorginho, even though he's had two dodgy games or whatever.
Two dodgy halves. more than.
But I can't undervalue the importance of the way he's changed our team and the way we play.
But what we got to talk about is not just when we're talking about signing the season. The reason why we're putting on Jorginho, whatever, it's not just because of individual performance is important. But the problem with a lot of people is they use one attribute to look at something which is stupid. You have to look at importance. You have to look at impact on the club. You have to, obviously Jorginho is the most impact. I would say out of all the signings, he's the most impactful player because the fact that they play their formation. Now, obviously for me, Torreira, because of the combining factors. But Jorginho, out of every signing in the league, is the most impactful because they base a whole formation on him. Would you agree?
Yes, and you know what the thing he has against him?
What?
There's a guy called Kante playing next to him.
Yeah.
So everybody always thinking, What would Kante do in that position? Oh, he missed that tackle. What would Kante have done there?
Did you hear what Sarri said about Kante?
Have tackled
No, go on, Kante.
How would Kante have got back?
Did you hear what Sarri said about Kante? You know, he's excellent. You know, to me, a playmaker is anybody who's on the ball. Yeah, and he said it's amazing that we have a player that can win the ball.
Yeah,
but he's not that technically gifted on the ball. You know what I mean? The thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real with you before we go back to Jorginho because it's about Jorginho.
Yeah.
I don't think if Sarri had a choice, I don't think he'd want Kante there. Not saying he want him there, but if he wasn't there and you could replace him with a player of his quality that was better at passing the ball than at tackling, he'd be okay.
I don't think he's 100% necessary to Sarri's system.
Yeah, I mean, but obviously, if he could sell if he could trade Kante tomorrow for, who's a player that I'm thinking he's more. There's certain type of player that he's looking for. Like, I mean, like a guy that was of Kante's level, but instead of tackling, it was passing and whatever, he would trade him.
It's like a Naby Keita.
Yeah, a Naby Keita. I wouldn't even say a Naby Keita. I would say
he hasn't played
Kevin.
well.
Kevin. Yeah. Kevin would. If he could trade Kante for Kevin tomorrow, he would do it.
Even a Milner.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just saying.
No, but that's not a passer. He's talking about a passer.
It's a Milner's
No, he can buy, but he's not. He's assisting. But I'm saying passer. He doesn't care about their final.
Yeah,
pass.
but you see, the position Kante is playing, he doesn't even need him to pass.
Okay.
What he wants is him to win the ball higher up. Yeah. So then we can now counter teams.
But I'm saying But I'm saying.
So he's saying, look, do all your pressing and tackling thing. Just do it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't do it at the back. Yeah, it's, and I think Kante didn't understand the position, but in England we're just way too quick. He can't play that. You know, he needs to be in holding midfield. Blah blah blah. Just calm. Everybody just calm
but can he be
down,
as good in that position
relax.
as he is a DM?
I think so.
At 27.
I think so. I think he can be a box to box guy. But
he can be as good. He can be as good.
Yes, because I think when we signed, this is going back to that, when we signed Michael Essien, he could have been a DM. Or he could have been a box-to-box guy, and he would have been equally good in either position.
So he was a box-to-box guy when you signed him?
Yeah, but he was just as good. Whenever we played in DM, he was outstanding as well. But what I'm saying, in England, if you're not instantly good at a position, they're like, just go back.
No, it's not the fact that he's not instantly good. It's the fact that he was amazing at the other position. If he was just all right at the other position and he started playing this one, no one really knows.
He was, but at the same time, he's 25.
He's 27.
Or 27, yeah? He's a young player. He has time.
He's a young player.
No, he is.
He's not young, but he's going into his prime.
No, what I'm saying in terms of his ability and what he can do, you can't tell me he's reached his potential at 27 and he can't better himself as a player.
No, he can become better.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure
bro, let's see him play in that position for a whole season, and then we can talk at the end of the season. Yeah, if by then, okay, he's got what, 2 or 3 goals now. Yeah, imagine by the end of the season he's got 10 goals.
But is that necessarily him having a better season than him playing DM?
No, but nobody would have pictured Kante having 10 goals. Yeah, and if you're pointing to other midfielders in the league that don't have those stats, then what are we talking about?
Which material?
You know, and I'm like, I love Kante, but it's about getting the best out of Chelsea. Yeah, because Kante played in his position last season. We still came 5th. As a Chelsea fan, I just want to see the team do well. I don't care.
Okay, so go back to Jorginho.
So Jorginho,
the reasons why.
Yeah, I think I think for the job they brought him to do, passing, controlling the game.
Is it register?
The registrar.
Registrar.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of stuff off the ball. Unless you've been to the games and really pay attention to him, it's very hard to notice. But if you look, he's always the one moving the
team. What I'll do, I'll make it easier. I'll put registrar right up here somewhere, and then they can just read the description for a couple of seconds. Pause it, bro. It's not going to be up there for long. Just pause it if you don't know what it is.
Let's move on. Enough
next player.
For me, Felipe Anderson.
Felipe Anderson plays for West Ham. Yeah. Don't get it twisted, people. He's not an unknown player. We watched him when he was at, what team was he? Lazio in the Italian league. Brazilian player. He's young, right? Young?
Yeah.
He's at early 20s. Early mid-20s. Everyone was watching. I think Man United were watching him. I think Chelsea were watching him. Everyone's been looking at him. But what did they say about him in the Italian league?
He was inconsistent. He'd have like 4, 5, 6 games and then he'd go missing. You know,
at the start of the season, the first couple games, he was a bit iffy. But just tell me about the stats. What's the stats right now?
I think he's got 6 goals and like 2 or 3 assists. Yeah. He's been excellent. Yeah, he's just starting to heat up as well. Yeah, exactly. And all those games, I think he scored in all his last 5 games.
And it's good goals as well. I can't lie to you. Even when he played against Arsenal, he had a good game. He was running past.
Yesterday, right foot, top corner.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy goals. In fact, they score crazy goals. I think he's been a player that everyone needs to watch at. watch out for. He's not necessarily getting PFA Team of the Year, but for me, he's definitely in PFA signing of the year. But yeah, another player.
Excellent.
Let's go next.
Madison and Leicester.
Oh, come on. It goes without saying. Well, you know, the media has been hyping this guy up, and I wasn't part of the hype train.
Yeah.
I'm still not part of the hype train.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good player, but I'm not part of the hype train. But that goal he scored, even though it flicked off one player and whatever, it doesn't make no difference. I'm going to try and put it up.
Excellent
The
goal.
volley, excellent goal. Do you know what really impressed me about him? He's playing as a number 10, so the fact that there's not too many English players as number 10, and the fact that he's young, he's like 21, he come from the champion and he's so confident.
Yeah.
I always respect a player who tries to do something. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, even if he doesn't get the pass off, even if whatever, but I respect you for trying. Like, there's times where Iwobi does the same thing, he doesn't get it off, but I respect you for trying it because. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than a player that just plays it safe, doesn't ever really try and go out of his creative stuff, especially as a number 10, you should be creative. But he's scoring goals. He's definitely been Leicester's best signing. He's definitely brought a buzz about him to Leicester. I think Club
Puyol
loves him over there. And you know what I mean? So I definitely think he's been great this season.
Yeah, it's been very good.
Yeah.
Who else do we got? We got Andre Schürrle.
Goes without saying. On the show, another player came from Chelsea. Career went on a bit of a dip. Definitely been.
A lot of these signings, you have to look at like value.
Yeah, you have to look. Yeah, you have to look at. No, it's not even that you have to look at value for player. That's what I'm saying. People need to understand. It's not just about how good they are individually. It's about impact they have on the club, how good they are for the club, the value that they got them for. Because you know what I mean. Like, you can't just be like, oh, cool, I bought someone. So, for instance, I can't expect Torreira, who's at Arsenal. I can't expect someone who's at a bottom team that are 20th to perform as well as a player at Arsenal. It's like Pickford at Sunderland. He performed well for Sunderland level. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. He's one of their best players. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's been great for them. He scored a goal against Arsenal. He's scoring goals. It's not even that he's dribbles, he's run, he's attacking intent. But I don't think he's been Fulham's best player.
No.
He's not Fulham's best signing for me.
Mitrovic. But Mitrovic started last season, so I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like, he was a Fulham on loan last season.
No, but they bought him officially this season. Obviously Mitrovic scoring goals. Like, he's scoring goals, scored 2 goals in game. If they don't get relegated, it will be literally down to, I'm not saying obviously Schürrle and them guys are involved, Sessegnon, but it'll be the highest the fans player of the season has to be Mitrovic. Okay. And the thing is, he's not even the same player he was at Newcastle. Yeah. He's improved as a player now. He's only 24 years old. He's scoring goals. He's big. He's strong. He's like a really bad Ibra. That's rude to say that, but I feel that's a compliment. To say a worse version of Ibra is a compliment. I don't care what nobody says.
It is. Richarlison.
50 million. Everyone was like, is it too much money? Scoring for Brazil, scoring for Everton. He might. Who's Everton's best striker in the last 15? I'll say Lukaku was their best striker in the last 15 years. Yeah. By the time and the thing is, it's not even that he's been excellent for them. He's scoring goals, he's leading the front line, and not even that, he's changed positions. People don't understand that.
It's very
changing positions. Obviously, Kante will show you that. People, I don't care if you change from left wing to right wing. Yeah. That stuff is difficult. You know what I mean? Like, playing in a different position, linking up with new players, different role. He's playing in a different position, and he still continues scoring.
People will look back and obviously like Thierry Henry, some other players,
Thierry Henry, Van Persie, Messi, Ronaldo.
Yeah, but I would say
Hazard used to be a striker.
Yes,
at Lille, didn't
I would say it's
right wing as well.
It's a bit harder to switch from wing to striker these days because you're playing up front by yourself.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Rather than back then when you had a partner,
you could drop in and this that. And Henry was still kind of playing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I think Richarlison has been excellent. He's definitely top. He might be top 3. And not even that, he looks so good at Everton. It looks like other teams have missed out. Like, I don't see, based on what he's shown, he could play for Chelsea right now. Yeah. He could be at the Arsenal team right now, 100%.
Definitely.
But yeah, excellent.
And then we have the 2 Wolves.
Is he up for PFA Player of the Year? Could he be up for PFA? Is there anything he could do to be in the nominee list? Nominee list.
I think he would need at least 12 more goals.
But I'm saying, if he continues the form he's on, will he be up? Would he be a nominee?
If I think he needs a couple more big performances because I think it's very hard because this year we have a lot of good players all on form, so I think it'll be very.
But he's really impressed you.
Yeah, it's impressed me.
Are you surprised that Brazil called him up from Everton? They don't really.
I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm surprised because they usually don't.
Yeah. No, he's earned it, obviously.
Yeah, he's earned it, but I'm surprised, and they're playing him as a striker as well.
He's scored more goals so far than he did in his Watford career.
Yeah, so I'm definitely surprised.
Marco Silva should definitely, because Marco Silva was the one who begged for him to come over to Everton.
Yeah. We have the 2 Wolves boys, Moutinho, one, and Rui Patricio, the keeper, who I think is excellent. Yeah.
Well, you know, when we're talking about Wolves, aka Portugal, Portuguese manager, Portuguese players, more Portuguese players in that team than English players. Well, Martino, he's been excellent alongside Neves. I think what he brings to the team is experience. He's very. You know what I like about those sort of Martino Carrick players? Yeah, there's something I love about that player that gets on the ball and they're just never nervous. People underrate that composure. People underrate composure so much. But what composure can do is that, you know, like a lot of the time you'll see players and they'll be on the board, they're erratic. Xhaka's quite erratic at times. So you just do something stupid or whatever, and he just kind of whatever. But when you got players like Martino, they just calm it down, relax, build from the back, calm it down, lay it off. Matic is like that at his best. He's very composed.
Because the thing is, the Premiership, you can literally lose a game in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can have a bad 10 minutes and waiting your 2 goes down, the game is over.
Would you say Jorginho goes in that as well? Like, very composed?
Yes, very composed. Although he's shown a little bit of, you know, I was feeling the pressure the last couple.
No, but that's more him being closed down. Yeah. That's more like I've never seen in a game where they've gone, you know, Michael Carrick. Let's say, like, I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair. Like I don't like, obviously with Jorginho, obviously there's been days where he's been terrible and you know, we've expected him because, you know, he can pass. But I would say if we're comparing him to the Carricks and all that, I've never really seen a game where someone's going, you know what, we have to count Carrick, because Carrick has never been the player where it's like, yo, we're gonna play everything through you. You're the guy that's whatever. He gets the ball, he passes it, and Carrick's a very good player. But I'm just saying, registers. I'd say Jorginho's probably the first register in the Premiership.
100%.
There's never been. We've had players that can play that role, but they've never done a team that's ever played this role. I like players like him, John Martino. I feel sorry for Martino. The saddest thing about him is the fact that he's come to the Premiership too old. He was gonna go to Tottenham like 5 years ago. I think he could have been a better. I think he could have been at a top team if he had come. If he's in his 20s, bigger teams are looking at him. You agree?
But if he comes to Spurs, he doesn't win the league.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But I'm saying, if he's 25, bigger teams in the Premiership are looking at him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So Patricio, great goalkeeper. Helping Wolves concede less goals, making great saves. Wolves are probably they're definitely the best promoted team in the league. But I'm saying they're one of the best newly promoted teams we've seen. One of the best. Yeah.
Mahrez, Man City.
Was it 7 starts? Is it 5? Oh, he's got 5 starts, 7 goals, 5 assists, something like that. Come on. It goes that saying. It's Mahrez. Like, do we need to say anything?
Yeah, people underestimate because you paid 50 million for him. It's not really.
No.
It's a obvious signing, but the fact is, obviously, with the injuries to sometimes Aguero and Kevin.
Listen,
I feel like him and
people don't even talk about Kevin right now. Kevin hasn't
like really stepped up.
People haven't even noticed that Bernardo Silva, Kevin's been gone. Do you understand? Like
and whatever goals they would have lost to Kevin, he's added them.
Yeah, they're better. No, Man City are a better team now than they were, because last season they can't lose Kevin like this.
No.
They can't. Like they just can't. They can't lose Kevin like this. They can't lose Kevin and Aguero like this. Yeah, but go ahead. It goes without saying, Mahrez. Anyone who doesn't rate Mahrez is nuts. Like you have your mind.
And lastly, we have Alisson, the Liverpool keeper.
Alisson, what can I say? 6 goals conceded. The least goals in the Premiership. And we can say Van Dijk, and definitely Van Dijk aided to it. But Alisson, just the fact they don't have a dodgy goalkeeper. And realistically, it could have even just been a decent. The fact they don't have a dodgy goalkeeper, he's made a mistake. But he's not only is he Liverpool's, obviously I think he's Liverpool's best signing, but not only that, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. He's not just a good goalkeeper; he's one of the best goalkeepers in the league. The thing is about having a good goalkeeper, it's not necessarily about the saves they make. It's the confidence that you have that if you lose the ball, if you mess up, you got someone behind that can help out. And obviously he's highly rated and he's made some top class saves this season.
Especially at the top club as well. You may have like those 2 or 3 saves the whole game.
Yeah.
So you have to be so concentrated on point. Like it's not a matter of like, oh, let me make 10 saves again, but that rarely happens. Yeah, most of the season it's gonna be like 1 save, 2 saves, 3 saves in a game max. You know, as long as you're fully concentrated and you're always consistent, then come for crosses. Obviously, these days he has to be a good kicker as well, and he's one of the best technical keepers in the Premiership as well, so that helps.
We should definitely make a worse signings this season so far.
Yeah, I think we should wait to the end of the season. They can always surprise them. They might have us looking like mugs come the end of the season.
Fabinho's definitely he's on that list. But those are the best signings so far this season. That's been us.
Yes.
The football pull up. Make sure you follow, subscribe, all of that.
Check it out.
Check out our Instagram page.
Hope you enjoyed the video.